This is the Milo Beasley Show. This is the Milo Beasley Show. There's only one thing you need to know. This is the Milo Beasley Show. And now, here's your host, Milo Beasley.
And welcome to the Milo Beasley Show. Episode number 312. I'm super excited for our next guest. Just met him a couple weeks ago at the GalaxyCon Raleigh convention. So please help me welcome at this time. I almost said the voice. I'm so used to interviewing voice actors. Please help me. He is the face of Jordan Kent in Superman and Lois. Please help me welcome Alex Garfin. How you doing, man?
I'm great. The winds are tough.
I know the winds are so tough. They don't even knock your hat off.
I love that intro. I love that whole thing.
Thank you.
It's like the walking bass line. The Beasley Show is going to be stuck in my head all day.
I hope so. And then you'll be singing it to other people.
Exactly.
So we just hung out at GalaxyCon in Raleigh. So that was your first convention, right?
Yes, it was. It was really awesome.
Who asked you about it in the first place? And then what were some of your most fondest experiences from the convention?
Oh man. Well, I mean, I found out about it because I have a convention agent. His name is Steve. He's really awesome. He's Tyler's convention agent. So he can kind of, wherever Tyler goes, or wherever I go, Tyler will most likely be there. I'm not sure about the other way around, but no, it was really awesome. My favorite memory, I mean, definitely the top of my list would have to be meeting William Shatner. That was really awesome because I watched so much Star Trek as a kid. It was my show. I was always watching it. It was a great. It's how I understand fandom and all of that because I was such a Star Trek fan as a kid. Either way, I've met plenty of celebrities and whatnot, and plenty of people. I think a little more famous even than William Shatner. But I think meeting William Shatner was the only time I've ever actually been this is awesome. He's 90 years old, the dude. 90 years old. He was born in 31. And the dude, he's still sharp. He's witty. He's walking around and stuff. He would not peg him for a day over 65. It was ridiculous. I want to be him.
That's the life goal?
That if I'm 90 years old, I want to be whatever William Shatner did. I have a picture here of when we met.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh yeah, no, it was great. We were talking for actually a little while, which was great. But that was really cool. I mean, on a different note, besides the really cool things, I think it was really awesome to meet the people at these cons. The demographics of a Superman show, you can imagine would be a lot of people that are just super into Superman and super into all these Arrowverse shows, and they were there and they showed up. But I think the really awesome thing is that a lot of people showed up and said, I watch this with my sons. My sons are teenagers. They don't like me anymore. And we all can agree on this. And honestly, the fact that families are coming together because there's something for everyone in the show and it does all of them quite well. The writers are awesome and everyone putting it together is awesome. It makes me really glad to be a part of it. The fact that, it's bringing people together. It's bringing families together. It's doing its intended purpose. That was really awesome to see. So
that is awesome. So you mentioned Star Trek as part of your fandom. Was Superman a part of your fandom?
Not entirely. My brother was a massive Batman fan, so that trickled over quite a bit. He's also an actor. He's awesome. His name's Max. He's 2 years older than me. I really, as a kid, I was really into science and science fiction and all of that kind of stuff. Although getting into Superman now has been really fun. I'm a little late to the game.
It's never too late.
Never too late. It isn't. And it was really just it's really been awesome to find out some of the more weird things that he's done. I think there was a comic that this guy Chris was telling me about. He's a professor of comic books, which was really awesome. He gave me a whole list. But I think some guy caught Superman in his underwear but Superman didn't want to tell a lie and say that wasn't me. So he apparently convinced the other dude that he was going crazy by super speeding around him and trying to like make him think that he's just seeing Superman everywhere. Like
Right.
it's just stuff like that. Like there are certain classic. I mean, like there's the classic like Superman versus Muhammad Ali, which
Right.
I think like everyone knows about. And you know, if it's on a planet with a red sun, you know Muhammad Ali is going to beat Superman. Muhammad Ali. I mean, because without the red sun, what Superman? He's just some dude. He's punching
Just-
and stuff. Muhammad Ali's Muhammad Ali. You're not going to beat him in his prime. There's no beating. You know.
No, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. So I guess in some of the cool things is that, you know, Jordan Kent really didn't have that comic book lore. So everything is new and fresh, and you are being that character. Now, what are there any parts of you that you were able to draw from your life that you were able to draw from into Jordan?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, I can pull from my own experiences with anxiety at the very least. But you know, that's the thing with acting is that you are channeling your life force in a way through another. That sounds so pretentious,
Right.
but it is true. Like you're channeling who you are via someone else who has a different life than you and has a different face than you, and everything is so much different. But you're still channeling yourself through them. So in that way, he kind of is me, and he is me from various stages of my life, and that's what's so fun about it is because you're kind of just taking yourself and you're channeling yourself through someone else, and I love that. I think it's really fun.
Did they know about your piano playing ability prior to having you play on
You
the
know,
show?
they did, but not really. Okay, so you know, because I feel like it's just something like a lot of actors put on their resume. But
Right.
I do it not seriously, like not seriously as in I want to be a musician, but seriously
Right.
enough that I'm playing a lot. Um, and they actually have a piano in the house, in the Ken house, and I started playing it during lunch. And one time the showrunner was there, Todd. I love the guy. Also, he's really awesome. And he like he heard me play and he goes, "Oh, you're good. I thought you sucked. Oh, wait, we can have you play. We can have you. I thought you were just saying it." I have to say, Todd Helbing, our showrunner, has made this show what it is in a way, and a lot of people are responsible for that. But it's so much of his heart is in the show, and he's such a caring, kind person. When he's on set, he treats everyone just great, and I can't say enough great things about the guy. So if you like the show, a giant part of it is thanks to his dedication and his just being a great guy and you know really being a great captain of this whole thing.
Now, I think one of the cool things about this show is the fact that there are different directors for every episode. What have you been able to take from each of these, or even, you know, just if you want to single out a particular director? I mean, Tom Cavanaugh, you know, is directing the season finale. You know, what are some of the things that that you were able to grab from one and use it, you know, in another episode?
You know, I think Tolen Krieger, the guy who did the first two episodes, he is a genius. And I don't think that's a disputed fact. I think the shows that he's launched have all done incredible because of the way and the stylistic way that he has an eye for it all. And, you know, he also set the tone for the characters as well. So he definitely did more work than the rest of the directors, but he also had a lot more time to do it.
Right.
You know, because it's more of a creative job than it is taking something and putting your creative spin on it.
Right.
So, you know, he, if I had to single out anyone for doing incredible work, it would definitely have to be him. But I don't think he's more, a lot of the stuff he did was just as much producing as it was directing. So, I mean, in the fact of directors, all of them had a different style, and I was brand new to this. So Lee was really showing me the ropes and telling me how to do it all. I mean, I came from live theater. It's very different. And he was so kind about it all. But through working with different directors, I actually got to learn different styles and learn how to do that, which is something that a lot of movie actors don't actually get to do, that TV actors get that advantage, that they get a lot more versatility because they know how to work with directors. That also being said, in TV, the actors have more say. The actors are the expert on their own character. as much as the writers are. Meaning that, a lot of the times it's a lot more of a collaborative process, which is really awesome because having that creative say means the absolute world. And again, it's Todd Helbing that really made that all possible because he himself is very collaborative, and he just wants the show to be good. It doesn't matter if it's his idea or someone else's. And you know what I mean? Like it's really, he made the show what it is. I was just hanging out with one of the directors, actually. The guy who directed episode 10, he was in the city, Harry, and he's a great guy. I mean, all of them have their own thing going on. Greg Smith, I have to shout him out because he's also supervising producer on our show. And he directed, I think, the most episodes. Lee directed 2, and he directed 2 as well. He directed episode 3 and episode 11. And episode 11, in case you haven't noticed, was just incredible. So the fact that he was doing this, and he also, his wife gave birth to their first child while this was happening.
Oh,
yeah. So he is another hardworking individual that I have so much respect for. That was able to do incredible work, and Tom Cavanaugh as well. Him and I think, clicked the most. So I could ramble on about these people all day. Each one had their own individual great thing about them. So I'm really glad.
That's awesome. And you got to work with David Ramsey, who is a martial artist. Like he's martial artist specialist
too.
So like being able to, were you able to pick his mind? Obviously, fight scenes with David Ramsey are going to be a little bit different than with maybe another director. Were you able to pick his mind on what he was looking for in like a Superman fight scene?
Well, I was talking to him a lot about how, because he's both an actor and director,
right? And
I was like, what could I do as an actor that will help out the director from the director's point of view? It was one of the first things I asked him, and he goes, what Denzel Washington does that makes everything he does so sharp is that he rehearses it and then commits to choices, but on each take he does something just a little bit different, right? He's holding this, and on one take he might go like this, and on one take he might just not look at it at all. And that specificity allows the editor to pick the best performance of the whole tape and also pick which one of the details that they like as well. So that was a giant tip that he gave me. It's not exactly a fight scene, but I can see how that applies. Right. As for fight scenes, I'd have to point to episode 4 director, James Bamford, Bam Bam, as he's affectionately known. He was stunt choreographer for Arrow for the entire run. So he was an absolute guru on the subject. In fact, our stunt choreographer, who's also one of my closest friends, Rob Hader, another person I have to shout out for being just awesome. He, Bam Bam was his mentor a long time ago. So he was also great to work with in that way.
Are you looking forward to maybe doing more stunts like in season 2 and beyond, and just more stunts in general?
Oh my God, absolutely. Also, all those stunts, like the really crazy ones for my character, those are all my stunt double Liam. And every time we watch him work, it's always the entire crew erupts in applause. This kid is insane. This guy can do anything, like right off the bat, from falling down onto those poles in the pilot. I mean, I can't wait to see what he does, but I also love going on that flying rig, and I want to do that more. And I want to start fighting people. I don't really know if that's going to happen or not. I can't reveal it even if I did. But that's the fun part of Superman. And we have the dramatic parts and the serious parts and the ones that we want to take seriously. But that's the fun part, It's Superman fighting Kilgrave, it's great. I want to do more of that. Absolutely.
Get into more of the stunts and a lot of cool Superman fight scenes.
I got a picture of me and Liam here. Here we are. The
oh
reflection
wow!
Of the,
yeah,
it's a pretty good match, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing that how movies are able to get, and TV shows are able to get stunt people who match almost perfectly to the actors.
The hair is actually a wig. It was made by this. We have our head of hair department is mega talented, mega experienced wig maker. Also, she's one of the funniest people on earth, and I'm so happy I get to see her every morning. Deb, she's great. But yeah, no, they actually also had a photo double for me because I had limited hours on set, which was very much a challenge because I really got a lot less takes than the rest of the cast on my coverage. Meaning that, not only was I kind of less experienced than everyone there, I was also having to do it more perfectly in less takes, which was also a great experience in the fact that I could go there every single day and I could put my all into it. That is the thing. I do have a philosophy that every unique disadvantage is a hidden advantage. And the thing is that it was true in that sense that I was the youngest on set. And that means that I had special child labor hours. And it also meant that I was doing school at that time.
Right.
And it also meant I had, all these crazy things going on. And less experience as well. But, by episode 3, while I'm shooting episode 3, because that's my 3rd episode on television, that is actually that is 33% of all my work I've done on camera, meaning that each episode I can improve an insane amount. And, I'm so happy to be here with this cast, and I want to hold my ground, but I also want to know that I can continue every single episode and make sure every single take will be better than the next one. Every single episode will be better than the next one. I'm not saying the last one was bad. I'm saying this one's going to be better. And, that was really a great experience. So either way, I have a photo double on set because a lot of the scenes at the back of my head, any of those shots at the back of my head, a lot of that's him. And shout out to the other actors that could act perfectly to the photo double who doesn't look like me, because I don't know how I would do it. So they're all, you know how talented Tyler and Bitsy are, but we did have like 4 of me walking around set. Like, yeah, we had like 4 people with my exact hair, my height, my build, in my clothing, walking around set. And my mother was on set and would literally think that, other children are her child. In fact, a lot of people were. In fact, one of the photo doubles we had for a long time was a smoker. And I remember people coming up to me and being like, I saw you smoking before. I'm like, no, I swear I wasn't smoking. It was my photo double. I was in the tent doing school. I've been talking for so long.
Dude, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Now, like you mentioned, you were going to school during this. How hard was it to be focused on school, knowing right outside the trailer they were filming, and you wanted to get out there?
You know what? Tyler and I both related on that because he was shooting Road to Perdition. Oh my God. He was shooting Road to Perdition when he was around 14. And we have the same reaction of like, no, I'll work for free. Come on, let's just do it. Let's just go.
Never say that.
Never say that. Never say that. No, but I'm serious. It was, it was beyond frustrating for a little while. And it was a lot of work. And it was hour by hour. And I was so lucky to be working so much during the first season. My character was doing a lot. But all of it culminated in a season that I can say I'm very proud of. And I think the finale that I am very proud of and I want. Hopefully it turns out awesome. I haven't seen 14 or 15 yet. So.
Well, it's coming up. Do you find it, do you like to watch it live as it's airing where everybody else is watching? At the same time?
I mean, generally I don't get them early. I mean, I could ask to get them early, but they have more important things to do. Also, I want to see the finished product, which is usually finished a couple days before it airs. We're doing television, so it keeps running and running and running. And if we wanted to make it quality, we have to either have a lot of money or a lot of time. And they gave us a good amount of money, but we also need that time. So that's why we keep delaying these episodes. And we had an 8-week break because we wanted to shoot 10 days instead of 8.5. Right. And we had another 2-week break between, I believe, 11 and 12. Because again, we needed more time to do 12 and 13, and it keeps going. So, you got to be patient, but it's why the show is good. So.
And then speaking of school, I want to talk about the Smallville football team. Now, as Jordan Kent, do you think that it would be fair for somebody with his powers to play football? Or, if they toned it down, like Jordan is? Or do you think that's, as Alex, do you think, no, that's not fair at all?
Oh, it wasn't fair at all. It wasn't fair at all. But it was also awesome. I mean, of course he's 14 years old. He just
Right.
found out he has superpowers. He has a crush on the girl, and everyone plays football in the town. Of course he's going to go play football. And these guys were terrible to him. Of course he's going to go there and try to beat people. I mean, there was never a thought in his head, I know for a fact, that he was actually going to hurt anyone. And in fact,
Right.
after he knocked down Sean, it was really the whole thing was just to get him to respect him enough to make peace. But at the same time, of course he's going to go do it. He didn't think about his brother at the time and how that was his thing. He was just thinking, I got superpowers. I'm not the kid locked away in my room anymore.
Right.
And I got Sarah. So just like a mic drop there is what Jordan really did.
Now, what about off screen? Tell me about hanging out with the football players off screen.
Oh, they're all awesome. They're all awesome. In fact, I just called up two of them, Fritzy and Wern. Wern plays Tag Harris. Fritzy plays Sean. That whole young cast of it, that whole younger echelon, they're so much fun. And, Jordan, who plays Jonathan, and I are super close in real life, and we spend every day together when we were out there. So
awesome.
He's, one of my best friends in the world. And I'm really happy that they have him playing my brother. We all have fun. We all, it was COVID, so we weren't really allowed to do very much. But when we were all on set together, we'd all have a lot of fun.
That is awesome. And then working up in Vancouver, right? So I know I've been there before, and I know how beautiful it is. But I want to talk about like some of that stuff. Did you get a chance to go like do whale watching and stuff like that, and like just check out the immersive wildlife that they have up there?
I was able to do that. That was one of the few activities that COVID permitted. I didn't go whale watching because that would be on a boat, but I did get to just explore the wilderness. Jordan and I went up to Little Watt, which is up by Pemberton, one time, and it was absolutely gorgeous right when the ice was all thawing around May. It's built on this rainforest, but the same thing you hear about Canada, you think it's a frozen over ice fest, but it is on this very temperate rainforest. There's a lot of rain and stuff, but also you have every climate right next to each other.
Right.
You want a tundra, you go to one of the tops of the mountains, it looks like a tundra. You want you want a mystical, magical fairyland. They literally just have mystical, magical fairyland all around with the trees all covered with moss. You want just normal woods, you got normal woods. You want rainforest, you got rainforest. You want swamp, you want swamp. You got beach, you got beach. And even if you want desert, if you drive out to Kelowna, which is around 4 hours, but productions do it if they would need a desert, you got desert. So there's a reason why everyone's shooting up there. It's absolutely gorgeous. The nature there is perfect for filming. It's like a sampler platter of the biomes of the world. It's really cool.
I'm telling you, you got to go whale watching, man.
I know. I got to do soon as wait, look, we're all double vaxxed,
right?
And if everyone gets their shot and everyone's good and we can all just never pretend this never happened, we got to beat this thing.
Absolutely. And hopefully we do. And again, like you said, shooting up in Vancouver, absolutely beautiful. But can you tell me a little bit about the sets, like the Smallville farm set, and working up there and just these sets have got to be amazing for a show like for Smallville.
Oh my God. Yeah. Absolutely. The Smallville set on Superman, a little confusing there, but That is incredible. They built us a town. It's out in Cloverdale. They basically they paved a new road. They built a whole bunch of fake buildings. They built the interior of the diner and the Gazette, but I believe those are the only two interiors. They're wanting to build maybe a little bit more, but I can't really say anything about it. Going there for the first time and realizing this town was built for our show was such an incredible experience. Not only that, but the interior sets are incredible, and some of those traveling sets, the ones that are locations, I think beginning of episode 6 when Tag Harris is chasing down Jordan. Absolutely gorgeous area. It looks like magical fairy tale land. We shot in the middle of the night, so you couldn't really see it. Yeah, actually, a little bit of BTS. I just realized episode 13, when Sarah takes Jordan on the date to the bridge. That's actually technically that's the same bridge that in real life that Jordan was running across when Tag Harris mowed him down. I'm not sure in the lore if it's the same, but it's the same set,
Right.
which
Same,
shows
right.
you how talented our lighting team are and camera team are to make them look like two very different places,
Right.
even though it's the same place. A lot of that kind of stuff is done. It's television, it's movie magic.
Do you feel spoiled being on this show? Like that, you know,
my
with
God,
everyone
absolutely.
being so talented that the next thing you're going to go to, you're going to be like, oh, well, that's not the way they did it on Superman.
Oh yeah, I think everything is gonna have to be compared to this. It's ridiculous, But hey, I do have to say, Tyler's first gig was working with Paul Newman and Tom Hanks. So
Right.
I don't even understand these people. They are so unbelievably talented. Everyone on this cast, Emmanuel Shrieky, who plays Lana. Oh my God, what a talent! The guy who plays my brother Jordan, he's such a talent. The two leads, obviously.
Right.
Everyone on this show is so talented, but they're also so nice and awesome. I'm absolutely spoiled by the show. It's going to be an adjustment going anywhere else.
I would think so. So a thing I want to do now is the first of our 2 mini games that we do here on the Milo Beasley Show. The first is called the Milo Beasley Show Frequently Asked Questions. And these are going to be the same 5 questions that I asked to all my guests here on the show. So you ready?
All right, let's do it.
All right. So question number 1. Who is your first celebrity crush?
First celebrity crush. I'm trying to think. I don't really know if I had one. I was never really crushing over anyone as a kid.
That's the answer your mom likes to hear.
And she's also right next to me. So
So it's making it even more.
Shout out to my mom also, though, for real. She was out there with me, and she did so much. Unsung hero, the whole thing. But yeah, I don't really know if I had one.
All right. There's still time.
I know. There's still time. There is still time.
All right. Question number 2. What is your guilty pleasure song? So like, what is the song that you absolutely love? It can be older, that you don't care if other people like it. You are playing it at top volume.
Oh, all right. I think, you know what I was doing the other day? Drunken Sailor. You know what? That was hilarious. I was driving around my block, trying to park the car. In New York City, you can't park a car very easily. It takes like an hour. I was driving around, and people are normally bumping like, really loud music. I was blasting Drunken Sailor on loop. But the great thing was it's New York, so people hear this. These guys are on the construction site, right? And I'm seeing them up there, and then I start seeing them. They're pointing down. They're going. Everyone was dancing. I got the whole block. It would start a whole part of the whole block. I'd be looking into restaurants, who's blasting Drunken Sailor. They're all going, hey, Drunken Sailor, what you gonna? So I think that might be it.
That's gonna be the go-to song
in their
now.
apartment trying to sleep.
Well, see, now you're going to be the New York City DJ, just playing Drunken Sailor all the time.
I am the New York City DJ. I'm going to just install like a speaker system in everyone's house and just start playing music. It'll just be my playlist. I guess I don't even know where that's going. That joke, but this is me on all 4 hours of sleep.
4 hours, yeah, 4 hours of sleep and 80 interviews. It's
I'm on the ghost level now.
Right. All right. So this next one is if you had to, with apologies to PETA, if you had to, would you rather fight 1 horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
Fight. 100 duck-sized horse. Duck-sized.
Yeah. So
duck-sized or horse-sized.
So 1 giant duck or 100 tiny horses.
You know what? I'm gonna go for the one giant duck because if I do beat it, we're eating duck for dinner, and a lot of it. And I love duck, and I don't know horse meat. I don't know if that's like I don't know. I don't think I've ever had horse meat. I've had ox. I had yak. I had yak meat one time in Queens.
Yeah. Was it on set? Like up in the Canada?
No, it wasn't. It was just in a Himalayan restaurant in the Queens. That's the thing about New York City. You can just go to any country you would like in like one bike ride. So I was in like mini Nepal over in Jackson Heights, and I got yak one time. It was interesting. But yeah, we're eating duck for dinner.
So New York City is kind of like Epcot then.
It's a little bit like Epcot, but like it instead of run by like white people, it's like run by like actually like the people that are from the place and just happen to settle down. And that's the great thing about New York. Everyone has to deal with each other, and everyone you can't it's so hard to be someone who has prejudice in New York because you're dealing with everyone and everyone's dealing with you. And if you are, just get out of my city. Like that's about it.
Yep, you're the NYC DJ. It's your city now.
That's right. That's right.
Question number 4, and this is the one that people always say is the hardest. So forgive me. Question number 4, what is your favorite movie quote?
Ooh, favorite movie quote. I'm trying to think of a quote, like a direct quote. I just watched Ferris Bueller's Day Off yesterday, so I'm going to just go with Bueller. I was trying to think of something from the producers. They have so many great quotes, but I'm blanking on all of them.
Producers is amazing.
Oh, the Producers, such a good movie. Like the old one was Zero Mostel. Yeah, no, it's so good. It's so good. Gene Wilder, they killed that. I hear. Wait, isn't Timothy Chalamet doing a Gene Wilder part coming? He's doing Willy Wonka. Willy Wonka. I'm excited to see that. I think the only similarity between the two is the hair. So I'll see.
Yeah.
Like he might have a very different take on it.
There's a new Willy Wonka coming out?
I think so. It's an origin story of Willy Wonka.
Oh, I did hear about that. Okay,
yeah.
Yes.
Origin story of Willy Wonka. That's going to be interesting. I feel like
I don't know if the world needs that.
I don't think it does either. But power be to him. Honestly, I'm sure it will turn out to be a great movie. Willy Wonka was done by Warner Brothers, wasn't it? If I'm not mistaken, it's not MGM, is it? Either way, I'm sure they'll make a good movie out of it. I can't imagine they won't. I was a big fan of that movie as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I love that movie.
The original, the original.
No, yeah, the original.
Okay, because I was like
the other one. Yeah, what was it was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, not Willy Wonka and the Chocolate
Right,
Factory.
that's why I was like, well, hold on. Like, let's settle down.
No,
Okay.
no, I'm not going that far.
All right, I was about to end this interview right now. If you were like, oh yeah, Willy Wonka was a good movie. I was like, oh, cool. You're out.
You should have.
No, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, fantastic.
Such a good movie. That's a classic, an absolute classic. I love Gene Wilder. I think he was great in everything that he did. I'm a big fan of his.
Absolutely. All right. So question number 5. This is a fill in the blank question. If blank was an Olympic sport, I would win a gold medal.
Insomnia. If insomnia was Olympic sport, I would win a gold medal. In fact, they would have to go and mine out a platinum medal. Didn't they make it out of like phone scraps this year? They're going to have to make a phone out of platinum, melt it down, press a new metal, and make up a new platinum medal for my insomnia. I would win that.
Were you able to sleep at all during GalaxyCon?
No.
No?
There was no sleep to be had at GalaxyCon. I was just meeting one of my heroes. I met William Shatner. I was up all night also. I was meeting all these fans. I was mowing over everyone that I met. And
I got to say, what's really cool, it obviously doesn't happen to me because I just hold a microphone and ask people questions. But what I find really cool is that you go in there for your first convention, you're in there and you're just going to sit in the green room and the other celebrity guests are fanboying out over you. Like, how cool is that?
That was really awesome. Yeah, I did have one. I had Tara Reid is a big fan of the show. She was a big fan of my character as well. But it doesn't matter who the person is, to be honest. And I wish I was more cultured to know everything and everyone that was there. But it's great that it's reaching anyone. It's great that it's reaching people. It's great that families are coming together for it. That's all that we ever wanted from this show, and I'm very happy it's reaching that as of now.
All right, so for our second of our 2 mini games, this one is called the Milo Beasley Show Top 5, where I'm going to ask you a random question. You're going to give me your top 5, no particular order. I can make this really hard, or I can make it easy. Do you want hard or easy?
I'm going to go with hard. I'm going to take the hard.
You're going to take hard.
Take the yeah. We don't do things because they're easy. We do things because they are hard. Wait, how do you do it like that?
JFK. JFK. Going to the moon.
We do them because they are hard. That's how we used to talk, right?
Right. Yeah. Oh man, you're gonna be a shoe-in for JFK when they.
Whatever producer's watching this, I'll be the next JFK. I don't know how well I do at JFK, but actually, it would be a lot of fun. That would be a lot of fun. Did they do a biopic on him yet?
Oh yes. They did. Late 80s, early 90s. It was just called JFK. It was pretty controversial at the time. I'm sure you could find it on a streaming service. It was,
they might make another one of those because I feel like those are definitely in style. Those, period in the 60s, kind of political, like those are definitely in style. So,
right.
And he was such an advocate for civil rights as well that his vision is very modern, which is awesome. Even though LBJ did a lot of that footwork. But why are we talking about history?
I mean, look at you.
Hard questions.
Look at you. You're straight out of history class.
That's right.
All right. So I'm going to go with top 5. Or let me position my hand in the center. Top 5. We're going to go with, you know what? I did this one on my last episode, and my guest only answered 2. So I'm going to throw this one to you. Crazy movie villains.
Crazy. Is that the whole question?
Like, or just movie villain, just movie villains, movie bad guys.
Oh, top 5 of those.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Movie bad guys. Okay, well, I'm going to count the ones that, like, the movie called a bad guy, even though they're the good guys. So Megamind is number 1.
Right.
Got to go with Megamind here. We're going to go with Gru from Despicable Me. And then if we're going to get, like, serious, like, best performance I've ever seen from my favorite acting performance, Walter White, Breaking Bad.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of other great bad guys. There have been so many amazing bad. Oh, Dr. Evil, of course, from Austin Powers. We got to go there. Other great bad guys. Oh, Adam Rayner, Morgan Edge, and Superman and Lois. I'm getting applause over there. Adam Rayner. Yes, thank you.
So, being the NYC DJ, are you immersed at all in the New York sports, scene?
Oh yeah, I'm a big Mets fan.
Big Mets fan.
I know
they
how to lose.
They did some pretty good pickups here.
No, you know what? We lost like 4 out of 5 games, like maybe a week ago, but then we got back on the train. We're leading the NL East, but NL East also sucks. Look, as a Mets fan and an actor, I know what it means to just let it all go down the toilet. So it's like an audition. It's like, you go on a million auditions, eventually you'll get one. And that same thing with the Mets. Only the Mets apparently can't win a World Series without it being by accident. Both times. I mean, so yeah.
When your championships are called miracles.
Yeah, no, the Miracle Mets in 69, they didn't even have. I think they were still playing in the Polo Grounds back then, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, the Shea Stadium was just built.
Right.
They were founded in 62. They were the worst baseball team still to this day in history and ever recorded, from like 62, 63, 64. And they had this terrible team, and they somehow lucked their way into the World Series from going the bottom of the roster, and then they won somehow. They had one great player, Tom Seaver, And then in '86, it just went straight through the dude's legs. I forgot his name, Bruckner, right? Bruckner. It went straight through Bruckner's legs.
Right.
That and on Game 6, and it was the only reason they won. So if another miracle could happen, if somehow aliens can come down, we have UFOs. What do they call them now? UAPs. I think that whole UAP thing is just so that the CIA could not mutter UFOs. How many times has everyone at the CIA been like, got hounded? Oh, you're working for the CIA? Oh, there are UFOs there? What's going on in Area 51? You got UFOs? I think when they finally had to admit that there was something going on, they were like, no, you know what? UAPs. They're UAPs. You were wrong the whole time. They're not UFOs. They're UAPs.
So do you think aliens exist?
I think aliens exist, but I don't think they came here. I mean, look, if they came here, then they would have had to use some sort of technology that took advantage of relativity, which would mean they'd have to have some sort of crazy amount of energy warping in front and below. I mean, that's the only way we, on our science, know how to go anywhere faster than light is to not go faster than light. It's just to bend space enough that the outside observer might see it that way. To my understanding, anyway. If they were going sublight, then they would have to be traveling quite a long way to draw a couple crop circles in some farm no one cares about. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I feel like there must have been they must have some sick sense of humor. They must be teenagers. That's what it is. I just think I cracked the code. I think if those aliens were real this whole time, they were just teenagers. They just went to the little planet where everyone's still fighting amongst each other, making the death bombs, and I think they just went down. They were like, yeah, we can screw with them. Yeah, they're like the not the nice teenagers either. They're like the 13-year-olds that take and burn the ants with a magnifying glass.
Right.
You know what I mean? They just look at us as like they could just take the little anthill and cover it up, and all the ants start going, "Oh God, it's a massacre! Oh my God! Oh my God! My family!"
I don't know if I've ever heard it described. I definitely know I haven't heard it described such as that. But I don't think I've ever heard anybody be like, "Yeah, dude, it's clearly teenage aliens that are just have nothing else to do."
They must be if they are not teenagers, I don't know what they're doing, because they came so far to do stupid crap that no one cares about. I mean, I don't even know. Like maybe they saw us and they just saw us and were like, and then they moved on. I've done that a couple times. Occasionally, like you walk into a room at a party you don't really even want to be at, and you walk into the room and you're just like, you just walk to the next room. I think that's maybe what they did. Maybe they just didn't want to be there. Maybe it was just like a day job for them.
Right.
They were getting paid by the hour.
They made a wrong turn. They're like, "Oh man, we showed up on Earth."
I think they're in a union. I think the aliens.
All right. So on that note, we're going to do 3 things before we wrap up. The first, if folks want to follow you on the social medias, where can they find you?
You can find me at Alex Garfin on Instagram. I'm also on Twitter. I mainly use Instagram though. And if you want to find, I shouldn't say this, but apparently, you also have the YouTube thing up there. I think when I was maybe 10 years old, I put a random couple videos on YouTube that everyone now can fawn over and find. Now that I just put that out into the internet, everyone can make fun of me for it.
So what you need to check like the views now, and then go and check the views.
Oh, I actually should. I should see what the comments are saying on of 10-year-old me talking about like science. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I didn't think about that. Yeah, what people are commenting. Yeah.
I think there was 4 reasons why Microsoft Word sucks from me when I was maybe 9 years old. I remember I started it on my eye or something. I was like, "Hello, everybody!" Like it was. I was a cringy little kid. If I was born in 2007 instead of 2003, I would definitely be some Fortnite dancing little kid that all of
Twitch
my
superstar.
generation. Yeah, some little Twitch kid. I definitely would have ended up on Twitch. I'm very glad I was born in 2003. It really saved my skin there from being on Twitch.
Right. And doing all sorts of Fortnite dances.
All sorts of Fortnite parodies. Number 1 victory royale. Yeah, Fortnite about to get down.
The second thing we're going to do is make one last pitch for folks to watch the last episode of Superman and Lois, The Last Sons of Krypton, this Tuesday coming up. Why should folks watch it?
You know, if you like Superman, you got to check it out. If you like teen drama, there's a bit of that, but you know, these teens are kind of written with maturity. So if you want to see a different kind of teenager on the screen, absolutely check it out. If you're a father, there's a lot of themes of fatherhood. If you're a mother, there's a lot of themes of motherhood, a lot of themes of marriage. You know, if you're from a small town, a lot of ways you can relate to this. So there's so many reasons that people can relate to this show, and there are even more reasons why you got to watch the show. So check it out. I'm sure you'll love it. If you don't, you know, someone's knocking on my door. But if you don't, just, you know, I guess don't watch it. But I'm running here on some sleep on my imaginary table.
All right. And then the third thing we're going to do before we wrap up is we're going to tell the Mets on why you should be throwing out the first pitch.
I should be throwing out the first pitch because if I did, it would be awesome. And, you know, why should the Mets let me throw the first pitch? Because have they ever had a Superman son throw the first pitch? I bet not. Nope. And you know, who else is going to throw the first pitch? You know, like a pitcher.
Right. Like, and is Metropolis is based on New York City, right?
It's a bit of Chicago and New York and everything combined.
Right.
Gotham is a little more New York.
I mean, it is Metropolis.
Yeah. Wait. What do I even say? Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Yeah, Metropolis, Mets. The Mets.
And so, of course, Superman's kid should be throwing out the first pitch. So there you go. Mets, the ball is in your court or
in your stadium.
Well, not court. But anyway, so thank you so much for hanging out with me today, man. It was a blast, and I really hope to see you again on some more conventions.
Absolutely. I really hope to see you there too. This was a lot of fun.
Absolutely. And thank you guys for watching at home. Don't forget, check out Superman and Lois this week. Season finale, Sons of Krypton. See you guys later.